want us to have. I'm told you very, very coolly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this or promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on BeeTv News Updates at 3. I am Lee Britzman Joanna. The Rivers State House of Assembly has resumed plenary after 6 months suspension. Today's sitting is being held at the Assembly quarters in Port Harcourt as construction work is still ongoing at the main Assembly complex. It marks a significant step in the full return to democratic governance in the state, and following the lifting of the state of emergency, President Bola Tinubu has emphasized the importance of peace and good governance in Rivers State. It was a moment of relief and celebration at the Benin airport as cultural groups, the Red Cross and members of the Edo State Migration Management Team welcomed the Director General of the Edo State Migration Management Agency, Loki Agazuma, on the safe return of Gostam, an indigene of the state who was trafficked to Burkina Faso. The reports.
If not that Governor Memo will swing it to action, I bet you this young man would have just died. Nobody will know about it.
Mr. Gostam Uwigiaen, a young man from Orion local government area of Edo State, once left his home with dreams of building a better life. He was trafficked to Burkina Faso like many others who fell into the trap of false promises. In a foreign land, he struggled, but through determination, he managed to buy a motorbike, a small symbol of progress and hope for his future. But instead of celebrating with him, those he called friends allegedly poisoned him out of envy. That cruel act shattered his life. The poison damaged his memory, leaving him confused, and his body became paralyzed. From being full of life, he was reduced to pain, silence, and helplessness. It was the Nigerian ambassador to Burkina Faso, Mr. Galadima, who brought this heartbreaking situation to the notice of Edo State government. When Governor Monday Okpebholo heard the story, he was deeply moved. With compassion and urgency, he immediately put plans in place to bring Gostam back home, to give him a chance of treatment, rehabilitation, and reintegration. Yet, the deepest wound came not from strangers, but from those who should have stood by him. When the Edo State government contacted his family, they rejected him. According to his sister, their father was even angry, questioning why his son had spent money to buy a motorbike instead of sending it home for farming. At the very moment when Gostam needed love, comfort, and acceptance, he was abandoned by his own blood. Gostam's story is one of betrayal and suffering, but also of hope. Though forsaken by those closest to him, the Edo State government chose to embrace him, proving that humanity and compassion can sometimes come from unexpected places. His journey reminds people of the silent cry of many victims of trafficking and the urgent need for love, not judgment, when they finally find their way back home. Now, Edo State government, led by Senator Monday Okpebholo, has brought Gostam home as the Director General of Edo State Migration Agency. Honorable Loki Agazuma was warmly received at the airport. Addressing journalists, Honorable Loki Agazuma hailed Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo, describing his administration as one that goes beyond the infrastructure to focus on humanity. According to Honorable Loki Agazuma, Nigerian Ambassador to Burkina Faso, Ambassador Galadima, also praised the governor, stating that no other leader compares to Okpebholo in the area of migration management. He urged other state governors to emulate Edo's proactive approach in safeguarding citizens abroad. He said the rescue operation was briefly disrupted when Gostam's sisters attempted to obstruct the process, and security personnel swiftly intervened, escorting her for questioning and restoring order.
Governor Monday Okpebholo, he has proved to the world that it's not just about infrastructure, it's about humanity. there's no governor like Okpebo, according to the Nigeria ambassador to Burkina Faso, Ambassador Galadima. He said, before I arrived, he has sent a letter straight down to Ministry of Foreign Affairs that they should encourage other governors in Nigeria to emulate Governor Okpebo on migration management. At the time of this trying to rescue Mr. Gostine, the family rejected. The friends, they all rejected. But Governor Modo Okpebo accepted. So I asked, they said as his friends were jealous over there that he bought a bike, to in that place. His parents were angry here. They should have brought the money for them to do farming job.
The ETC for the movement of Gostine to Nigeria. Yes, and I wish you people the same job. And I enjoy all that said for governors to key into what the Edo State governor is doing. Yes. This is not the first time. On behalf of the embassy, I wish to commend the governor of Edo State. And I call on all other governors in Nigeria to follow suit by trying to encourage, trying to send their people to bring all these young boys and girls back home, because there is nothing there to write home about.
Honorable Agazima expressed deep appreciation to members of the Red Cross Society, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, and the management of BeeTv News for their role in ensuring the success of the operation.
His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, and to also thank Mrs. Unjoku, the CMD specialist. Yes, for switching into action. You see, as the young man have arrived in Nigeria, the ambulance is already taking him straight to the police emergency vehicle, to the hospital for intensive care. I want to thank the members of the AUJ, all media present here. I'm a Nigerian diaspora. I have served in the European Union under the Nigerian embassy in the time past. There has never been a case like this where any Edo will be stranded or in Nigeria, they will look for a way to bring them back. Rather, with the Nigerian community, we contribute. We can only contribute with you. But Governor of Edo State is investing more on migration agency to see that Edo people are doing well. Anani Okpebo, the first lady of Edo State, who is a mother. Anytime I'm out of the country for a rescue mission, she calls in every second to know what is going on, if we need extra help and all that. So I appreciate you. To my staff in the migration agency, I appreciate you. To my investigators who are always up and doing, kudos to you all. NTA, BeeTv, GTV, Okpila TV, Afemai, and all of them. Edo women, I appreciate all of you. To the mothers, I appreciate you.
In an emotional moment, Mrs. Susan Uhuigiaren, mother of Gostine, thanked Governor Okpebo for facilitating her son's return and acknowledged the collective efforts of all stakeholders who contributed in the rescue.
God go bless Governor when he bring my pikin home for Burkina Faso. Because when he go Burkina Faso, he tell me say they go Burkina Faso. I don't tell her say no go. He say him with his friends, they don't make arrangements, they want go. Wetin I hear again say he not well. Doctor, I bet 3 times for me. He say, where money? Now, I don't get money. I dey village. Man, Gary, where we dey carry cow, don't chop am. We are go for start. I don't get money. I beg, help me. Before I hear, I call me for call. As they call me for call, they say, nah, this brother come call me. Say, Governor, say, I cannot cry. They say, God go bless the governor. Bless it. Now it must say, statement again. God go bless the governor. As he sorry for me, he come say, bring my people come. They God go bless them. Plenty.
The Edo State Migration Agency has continued to sustain the fight against human trafficking. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The South-South Zonal Chairman of the People's Democratic Party and Chairman, Governing Council, Abrams Ali University, Chief Dan Ossi Obi, has received the Distinguished University of Benin Alumnus Award of Recognition and another award as a notable alumni of the Faculty of Arts, following its contributions to the growth of the faculty. BeeTv News Best Orator reports that the awards were presented to Chief Dan Ossi Obi and other recipients as a special banquet organized to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Faculty of Arts, University of Benin. The report.
Congratulations.
There National Vice Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Dan Obi, there receiving the awards. During the 50th anniversary celebration of the Faculty of Law, University of Benin, the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Benson Osadolo, said it was a milestone celebration for the faculty to witness another celebration and the presentation of awards in recognition of great personalities who have accomplished a lot in their various endeavors. One of them is Chief Dan Osiobi, who is a notable alumni from the Faculty of Arts and who has contributed immensely to the development of the faculty. Professor Osadolo also related a brief history of the Faculty of Arts.
Dr. Lebo Nibia, here represented by Victoria. Our past deans, professors here present, colleagues, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to thank everyone for coming here. But quickly, something about why we are gathered here today.
Full-fledged university by the National Universities Commission of Nigeria. Following this recognition and operating from the temporary site at Ekenwa campus, the then Vice Chancellor, Professor T.M. Yesufu, established the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences in July 1975. Before the end of that year, scholars from various universities in Nigeria, Europe, and the United States had converged at Ekenwa to ensure the successful commencement of the new academic programs.
In an address, the chairman of the occasion, the chairman of the 50th anniversary celebration of the Faculty of Arts, University of Benin, and chairman Governing Council, Ambris Ali University, Ekpoma, Chief Dan Obi, expressed delight on the progress made so far in the faculty and promised to set up a grants for the students in the faculty.
I'm part of the history of this faculty. I was a student of the university between 1981 and 1984. Well, a lot has changed, but I drove through the faculty and I could see that the main structure is still the same. And I can see many faces present here. Some were my senior at school, but the students of the faculty. This will motivate academic excellence, and no doubt it will impact on the products we are going to turn out from this faculty. Thank you, and God bless you.
Highlight of the event was the presentation of awards to Chief Dan Obi and other recipients.
For distinguished political leadership, it is my honor to present to you Chief Dan Obi of Ikulu-Kulu-Wa, Yoruba of Africa. In recognition of your transformative political leadership and your outstanding contributions to democratic engagement, public service, and national development. Congratulations. Award of honor for very distinguished Univen Faculty of Arts alumnus, presented to Chief Dan Obi, Ikulu-Kulu-Wa, and Oduma, in recognition of your alumni legacy in the Faculty of Arts, exemplary leadership as Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Ambris Ali University, Ekpoma, and contributions to institutional advancement in Nigeria. Congratulations.
On his part, Professor Eddie Iragbe, a professor of history who is also a recipient of the award, alongside the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Professor Benson Osadolo, expressed delight on the recognition and thanked eminent personalities who have, in various ways, contributed immensely to the growth of the faculty.
Well, today we're celebrating 50 years of academic excellence in the Faculty of Arts of the University of Benin. To look back to the very moment when the faculty was established, and over the years, today, as we celebrate its Golden Jubilee, to let the world know that the Faculty of Arts has produced students, graduates, who we are proud of in their various fields of endeavors, particularly in performing arts, creative arts, literary arts, history, linguistics, philosophy, religions, etc.
I think if you look at the whole history behind this award, it is simply encouraging the entire faculty has said that I belong to the first set of students in this faculty, and then I've grown from being a student to becoming a professor in the faculty, and not just a faculty, also having the opportunity to serve as the dean of the faculty, and beyond that, I've had a number of national assignments and then other assignments within the University of Benin.
Shortly after receiving the awards, Chief Dan Osiobi said he was honored to have been part of the awardees, especially as an alumni of the Faculty of Arts, University of Benin, which has contributed to who he is today. He promised that he will continue to give back to the institution.
Give something back to the university that, to a large extent, contributed to what I am today. Indeed, like it was said earlier, this faculty was established in 1975, and it was then known as the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. It has since given birth to other departments, and today is one of the leading faculties that is producing the highest number of graduated students in the university. So we need to encourage students of the faculty. We need to let them know that some of us will still remember where we are coming from.
The Faculty of Arts, University of Benin was established in 1975. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
A coalition of civil society organizations has praised President Bola Tinubu, security agencies, and the private firm Tantita for their joint efforts in tackling crude oil theft. Speaking at the press conference in Abuja, the Coalition for the Protection of Democracy highlighted data from the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, which indicates that oil theft is now at its lowest level in 16 years. The report.
Nigeria has been able to drastically reduce the quantity of crude stolen from pipelines and oil facilities to around 9,600 barrels per day, as government officials remain optimistic about increasing oil outputs to 2 million barrels per day by the end of 2025.
And this economy and the potentials have been severely undermined by the plague of crude oil theft and vandalism. However, a recent report from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the NUPRC, has brought a glimmer of hope. The data is undeniably and speaks to a profound transformation.
The coalition also praised the unwavering commitment of Nigerian security agencies for their kinetic approach in directly confronting and dismantling theft networks.
The government to not only sustain this momentum, but to also reinforce and protect this vital partnership. Disrupting this collaboration would risk a rapid relapse into the high loss era, jeopardizing the economic gains that have been so hard.
The reduction in crude oil losses directly translates to increased revenue for the nation, which can be channeled into essential public service such as infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Freeman Osawi reporting for BeeTv News.
Residents of the Okpebi Maryland Ojota axis in Lagos State will soon have a reason to celebrate as the construction of a new connecting road nears completion. The road serves as a key interchange for motorists linking the Kosofe, Onigbongo, and Ikeja Lagos government areas, and is expected to significantly ease traffic flow in the region. The report.
After more than 3 years of work on the new Okpebi Maryland Ojota Link Road, Julius Berger is rounding out the job as they prepare to move out of sight.
Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu is really doing a great job. On connecting Ojota to Okpebi is a very, very good initiative, a very good innovation. At least Vehicle can now link from Ojota to Okpebi direct without turning from Oregu Road, without turning from any other place. It's a very wonderful job.
The Ojota Link Road began in 2021 and was expected to have been completed by January 2025. This place used to be a small forest in the heart of mainland Lagos. But today, a new bridge connecting 3 locations of Okpebi, Maryland, Ojota has taken the space.
Road is okay. This place before is in water. Every place in water before, and I enjoy the road from here to Ojota now.
We appreciate for this government, this creative government, for helping us to do this road for us, because we are getting a lot of accident here, but due to this road, the problem has come to an end.
Those coming from Ikorodu can go straight to Okpebi through Ojota, and from Okpebi, motorists can access Ikorodu Road without going through Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way.
But for the traveling time, to really reduce costs of traveling due to hold up, you wouldn't want to queue up again. You only cut it.
I am Gosgift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has convened a strategic retreat to the heads of agencies under the Ministry of Justice. The forum themed Strengthening Justice Sector Service Delivery through Technology Innovation and Coordinated Reforms aims to chart a new course for comprehensive reforms in Nigeria's justice system. The report.
It was a gathering of senior officials, legal experts, and heads of critical agencies in the Nigeria's justice sector, all converging to explore new approaches that can transform justice delivery. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi said the time has come to embrace technology and coordinated reforms as tools for efficiency, accountability, and improved access to justice for Nigerians.
As custodians of the law, we must not only embrace this wave of change, but lead it. The responsibility lies with us, prosecutors, legal advisors, regulators, and policymakers, to champion reforms that make justice faster, fairer, and more accessible.
The retreat also provided a platform to strengthen collaboration among agencies under the ministry with digital transformation topic discussions. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State reaffirmed his government's readiness to work with the federal government, the National Assembly, and the development partners to improve justice at the grassroots.
Critical is the need for a coordinated reform. Our institutions cannot afford to work in silos. The judiciary, law enforcement, correctional system, legal aid services, and customer systems must be part of a unified system, justice system. This is why I urge all of us here as policy makers, jurists, administrators, and stakeholders to see coordination not as a procedural matter, but as a moral imperative.
The only way to do this in the present-day world is to leverage on the cutting-edge technology, and we'll continue to leverage on it to train the people that are in the justice sector, train and retrain them.
Stakeholders at the retreat expressed optimism that the conversations will go beyond talk settings, a new benchmark for transparency, responsiveness, and innovation in Nigeria's justice sector. Harmony Agba for reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has prayed for a world filled with peace, standing firm against the provocations of war. This was when she received an audience from the ambassador of the state of Qatar to Nigeria, Ali bin Ghanem Al-Hajiri, in her office. While reacting to a recent attack in Doha, the capital of Qatar, the First Lady called for moral understanding among nations of the world, noting that peace is espoused by major religions and is close to the heart of God. In his remarks, Ambassador Ali bin Ghanem Al-Hajiri expressed gratitude to the First Lady and the people of Nigeria for their support and their call for global peace during this difficult time.
I want to really sincerely thank you for this visit. Also offer our condolence for the recent attack in Doha, and may God comfort all the families affected, and I pray that God, Allah will grant them, the souls that were lost, about 6 of them, that God, Allah will grant them our Jana Freedoms, but we just pray that our world will have peace and then we can live in love as the dictates of Allah.
We also try to arrange some visit, special for the health sector, like etc. One of the greater or great hospital in our region, special for children and women. And by the way, the director for this project, one of the Nigerian woman, and it was a big experience. And there are some, I heard your Minister of Education will be accompanying you. So
The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyiwa Aina, has stated that the federal government is making significant progress in strengthening Nigeria's primary healthcare system. Speaking during an inspection of the new Oshodi Central Cold Store in Lagos today, Dr. Aina described the facility as a big leap in expanding the country's vaccine storage capacity. The federal government constructed projects supported by development partners will provide 1,152 cubic meters of cold storage and 4,000 cubic of dry storage for syringes and other vaccine-related supplies.
You have justified the initiative of President Tinubu to put you all in place. You have also, yes, you have also validated the assumption or the hypothesis that in young Nigerians, in fact, lies the future, whether it is of the health system or the country as a whole. You know, we're now at a point where we're implementing very rapidly, and you all are a very important component of that. There's not much that I can sit in Abuja and do by myself. We count on you.
In Lagos, a tragic fire at Afriland Towers on Broad Street, Lagos Island, has claimed the lives of 10 people. The Federal Inland Revenue Service confirmed the loss of 4 of its staffs, while United Capital PLC reported 6 fatalities. The fire started in the building's basement inverter room and quickly spread, sending thick smoke through the upper floors. Workers on the 6th and 7th floors, where 2 first officers are located, were trapped as the smoke intensified. Panic ensued as occupants smashed windows, jumped from leads, and were rescued by the bystanders using ladders and foam cushions. Emergency responders, including the fire service and medical teams, rushed to the scene, but the smoke had already spread across several floors. Both Fires and United Capital are mourning their staff, calling them integral members of their organization, and authorities have said investigations are going to determine the exact cause of the fire. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has commiserated with the families of the victims. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, United Capital, and the United Bank of Africa following Tuesday's fire at the Afriland Towers on Lagos Island. The President extended his condolence to Afriland Towers Properties Limited, United Capital, UBA, and especially those who lost loved ones as well as the injured now receiving the treatment. He commended the emergency responders, including the Federal Fire Service, first aiders, medical personnel, and members of the public for their quick intervention. The President is calling for greater caution, training, and vigilance to prevent such incidents in the future, while praying for the response of the departed and speedy recovery for the injured, while economic activities are still ongoing along Broad Street despite the recent fire. The Dangote Group has announced plans to import electric trucks as part of its broader strategy to modernize its logistics operations. This move followed the recent deployment of compressed natural gas powered trucks by the company for direct fuel distribution from its refinery to filling stations across Nigeria. Let's join BeeTv News Estore Osewige for details and more from Business World.
Approximately 4,000 CNG trucks are expected to arrive in the country before the end of next month. These trucks will distribute Dangote fuel at no cost to customers, in line with the company's commitment to reducing logistic costs and improving fuel access. The proposed importation of electric trucks is scheduled to commence in January as the next phase of Dangote logistic transformation. The company cited safely consigned and operational efficiency as key drivers behind the decision, emphasizing the need to replace outdated trucks and mitigate risk associated with equipment failure and accident. Addressing concerns about charging infrastructure, the Dangote Group expressed confidence in the growing feasibility of electric vehicles due to their cost effectiveness and improved range. The company reaffirmed its commitment to innovation and sustainability as it continues to upgrade its fleet with modern and environmentally friendly vehicles. First Bank of Nigeria Limited has been confirmed as the official bank partner for the upcoming Calabar Entertainment Conference organized by 8FM in Cross River State. The annual conference, now in its 9th edition, is scheduled to hold in October and will convene young talent, creative industry leaders, investors and policy makers. The partnership reflects First Bank's ongoing commitment to supporting Nigerians' creative economy and promoting financial inclusion. As part of its contribution, the bank aims to facilitate access to resources, funding and mentorship for youth and entrepreneurs in the creative sector. The conference will span 2 days and feature keynote addresses, panel discussions, masterclasses and networking sessions focused on capacity building and sustainable growth in the entertainment and media industry. First Bank's participation is aligned with its First at Arts initiative, which promotes innovation, entrepreneurship, and cultural development. The bank's involvement is expected to provide a platform for young Nigerians to transform creative ideas into viable businesses while strengthening the infrastructure of Nigeria's entertainment ecosystem. MTN Nigerian Communication PLC has obtained regulatory approval from the Nigerian Communications Commission to lease spectrum from T2 Mobile Limited, formerly known as NiMobile. The lease agreement is set to begin on October 1st, 2025 and will last for an initial period of 3 years. Under the terms of the agreement, MTN Nigeria will lease 5 MHz frequency division doublets in the 900 MHz band and 15 MHz FDDD in the 18,000 MHz band. The arrangement is a key component of MTN's national roaming agreement with T2 Mobile and aims to support increased network traffic from T2 customers on MTN infrastructure. The lease is part of MTN's broader effort to enhance network capacity, improve service delivery, and promote digital inclusion in Nigeria. The initiative aligns with the company's Ambition 2025 strategy, which focuses on sustainable growth, innovation, and industry collaboration. In a related development, MTN Nigeria has confirmed it will not renew its existing 1-year spectrum lease agreement with Natcom Development and Investment Limited. The agreement, which expires in November 29, 2025, currently covers 5 MHz FDD in the 900 MHz band and 10 MHz FDD in the 8,000 MHz band across 17 states. MTN has reiterated its commitment to ongoing infrastructure investment and strategic partnership aimed at delivering reliable, high-quality telecommunication services to its customers nationwide. That is the size of our business news package. I am Esoya Osemeki reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the global news. U.S. President Donald Trump received a grand royal reception at Windsor Castle during his second state visit to the UK. Also, ex-Arsenal star Thomas Partey denies rape charges. BeeTv News correspondent Amoni Agbafo has more on this and more from the global scenes.
U.S. President Donald Trump has given a lavish royal welcome at Windsor Castle on his second state visit to the UK. King Charles III and Queen Camilla and the Prince and Princess of Wales joined him and First Lady Melania Trump for a carriage procession and inspection of the largest ever guard of honor for such a visit. Gifts were exchanged to mark the UK-US alliance, while Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer prepared to host a fly-past and banquet. Protests took place in London at near Windsor, but the visit also brought major announcements, including a £31 billion US tech investment in the UK. Trump praised King Charles as a friend and called the UK a very special place. Former Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of rape and 1 charge of sexual assault at Southwark Crown Courts. The alleged offences are said to have occurred between 2021 and 2022, while he was still playing in the Premier League. Charged shortly after leaving Arsenal in June, the 32-year-old, now with the Spanish side Villarreal, has been granted bail until his trial begins on the 2nd of November next year. His bail term allows him to continue playing football, though he must inform police before travelling abroad and is barred from contacting the complainants. Gunmen on motorbikes killed 22 people, including 15 at a baptism ceremony in Niger's Tillaberi region, near the Mali and Burkina Faso borders. Linked to jihadist groups, the attackers also killed 7 others in nearby areas. Authorities confirmed the assault without giving figures, while Human Rights Watch reported rising killings since March and blamed the government for failing to protect civilians. Just last week, 14 soldiers were ambushed in the same region. Niger's military rulers, who expelled Western forces and turned to Russia and Turkey alongside Burkina Faso and Mali, still face worsening insecurity in the Sahel. More or less scraped plans to give free cars to lawmakers after protests in Delhi, where demonstrators set a government vehicle ablaze and clashed with police. Despite parliament reversal, thousands kept protesting, demanding an end to lifetime pensions and denouncing lawmakers' privileges in a country still struggling with poverty and poor services. The youth-led unrest reflects wider anger at inequality and mirrors similar anti-elite movements across Asia. And that's all from the global scenes. Harmony Agbafor reporting for BeeTv News.
Nollywood actress Nkechi Blessing has revealed that she has never been in a relationship with a man wealthier than herself. Speaking during a recent live section, the actress addressed recurring public commentary surrounding her love life. Also, Natasha Idibia celebrates husband Two-Face Idibia at 50. Let's join BeeTv News God's Gift Omone for details and more from Entertainment World.
She stated that contrary to popular belief, her relationships have never been based on marital gain, as most of the men she dated could not match her financial status. Nkechi added that while affection and companionship were key elements for her past relationships, they often lacked the financial support and stability she desired. The actress noted that she has always maintained financial independence and expressed frustration over a growing trend where men prefer to be cared for in relationships. She declared her intent to raise her standards going forward and not to repeat past mistakes. In another development, Nigeria digital influencer Eniola Adeoluwa has shared a video of himself cooking jollof rice for his Tanzania girlfriend Fina as part of a continued romantic gesture during her visit to Nigeria. The couple has been in the public eye since Eniola welcomed Fina to Nigeria last month with a grand reception and introduction to traditional Nigerian cuisine. In the latest clip posted on his Instagram page, Eniola is seen preparing a homemade pot of Nigerian jollof rice for Fina, showcasing his efforts to blend romance with cultural experience. The gesture was well received by fans who commended the influencer for his thoughtful display of affection and cultural pride. Nigerian politician Natasha Idibia has celebrated her husband, iconic singer Two-Face Idibia, on the occasion of his 50th birthday. In a message shared via her Instagram page on September 18th, Natasha expressed gratitude for the joy Two-Face has brought into her life. She described waking up next to him as one of her greatest gifts and expressed her desire to spend the rest of her life with him. The birthday tribute highlighted the couple's bond and comes as Two-Face marks a significant milestone in his career and personal life. And that is it from the entertainment world. God's Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
Now to sport news. Victor Osimhen will play no part in Galatasaray's Champions League opener against Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday after failing to recover from injury. Punch Sport Extra reports, the Nigeria striker has been pushing to force his way into Okan Buruk's squad despite not being fully fit. But the Turkish champions confirmed on Wednesday that he has been left out of the 23-man traveling party to Germany. Freeman Osawe has details.
Osimhen sustained a shin injury during Nigeria's 1-0 win over Rwanda in Uyo during last week's World Cup qualifier games. He was forced off in the first half and replaced by Syria Desas before returning to Turkey on treatment. The 26-year-old subsequently missed Nigeria's 1-1 draw with South Africa and Galatasaray 2-0 weekend victory over Eyüpspor. Hopes of an early comeback were raised when Turkish outlet Habila reported that the forward was willing to make personal sacrifices to feature in Frankfurt. Osimhen, who scored 37 goals in 41 appearances last season while on loan before completing a high-profile summer move, had opened the new campaign in fine form with goals in his first 2 starts. He has also netted 19 times in 32 career UEFA competition matches, underlining his importance to Galatasaray European ambitions. The Turkish champions, who were eliminated from last season Europa League playoffs after a 6-3 aggregate defeat to AZ Alkmaar, face a daunting Champions League phase campaign. Alongside Frankfurt, they have been drawn against Liverpool, Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Ajax, Union SG, Monaco, and Bodo Glimt. Osimhen's absence in Germany is a setback for Buruk's side, but the forward will be keen to return swiftly to spearhead their domestic and European challenges in the coming weeks. Former Super Eagles captain Sunday Olise has blamed Nigeria's looming failure to qualify for the 2026 World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico on the Super Eagles' inability to make themselves immune to the various problems plaguing Nigerian football. Nigeria are on the brink of missing out on its second consecutive World Cup after a series of poor performances in the qualification series. They sit third in Group C with 11 points from 8 matches, 6 points behind leader South Africa, who have 17 points with just 2 games left in the series. The group winner will qualify directly for the tournament, and the runner-up could still make it through the playoffs if ranked among the 4 best second-phase placed teams across all African qualifying groups. With Nigerians' hope hanging by a thread, Olise, who played at the 1994 and 1998 World Cups, said the situation is not likely to change. AB announces retirement from football. Nigeria's Onome AB has announced a retirement from professional football, bringing to an end a 24-year career that made her one of Africa's most decorated players. The 42-year-old defender confirmed the decision in a statement on her social media platforms on Tuesday, drawing the curtain on a journey that began with Omidiran Babes in 2001 and spanned over a dozen clubs across Europe, Asia, and Africa. AB holds the distinction of being the first African footballer, male or female, to feature in 6 FIFA World Cup tournaments, appearing in 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, and 2023. She earned over 100 caps and scored 4 goals for the Super Falcons, winning 4 Women's Africa Cup of Nations title in 2010, 2014, 2016, and 2018. At club level, she played for sides including Pitya and Djurgården in Sweden, Ataseha Belediyespor in Turkey, FC Minsk in Belarus, and Nanjiani in China, and most recently Niger Rates in Nigeria. And that's it on Sport News. Thanks for watching. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv.
And that will be all on our news updates. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more updates on our major news at 6. I am Lee Ritzman Joanna. Bye for now.
I don't want us to have. I'm going to do very quickly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand. They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake,